ETF versus stocks, which is better for the everyday investor? Imagine two investors, one buys individual stocks, carefully hand-picking companies. The other buys a simple ETF and forgets about it. 10 years later, one of them is far richer. But which one? And why? Today, we're settling one of the biggest debates in investing, ETF versus stocks, which is truly better for the everyday investor. Welcome back to Make Money with Panda. If you're new here, we break down finance and investing in simple, clear language so you can make smarter decisions. Today's topic is a question millions of investors ask: should I buy ETFs or individual stocks? Both can build wealth. Both have advantages. But depending on your risk tolerance, experience, and goals, one option is usually much better. Let's break it all down. What are ETFs and how do they work? First, ETFs, exchange traded funds. An ETF is like a basket that holds many different stocks. Instead of buying one company, you buy a slice of the entire basket. Why this matters: you get instant diversification. One ETF can hold dozens or even thousands of companies. Risk is spread out. One company's failure doesn't destroy your portfolio. Fees are usually low. ETFs are beginner-friendly and require no stock-picking skills. Think of ETFs as the automatic mode of investing: simple, steady, and historically very effective. What are individual stocks? Buying individual stocks means you pick specific companies you believe will grow. Advantages: higher potential upside. You can choose companies you believe in. You have more control over your portfolio. But there's a catch: stock picking is extremely hard. Even professional hedge funds underperform index funds. One bad pick can wipe out years of gains. Individual stocks are like manual mode: more control, more potential, but far more risk. Performance: who actually wins? Let's compare real results. Over long time periods, most ETFs outperform most active investors. The S&P 500 ETF has beaten over 90% of stock pickers in the last 20 years. Individual stocks are extremely uneven: a small group skyrockets, while most either stay flat or decline. This means the average person picking stocks is statistically likely to underperform. ETFs, on the other hand, ride the overall market, and historically, markets rise over time. Risk: which is safer? Risk is where ETFs shine. With ETFs, one company failing barely affects you. You're diversified across sectors and industries. Volatility is lower. Long-term performance is steadier. With individual stocks, if the company faces a scandal, lawsuit, bad earnings, or industry collapse, you feel it instantly. Volatility is high. Your wealth depends on fewer decisions. For the everyday investor who wants to build wealth without stress, ETFs offer a safer path. Costs, time, and effort. Let's talk practicality. ETFs, very low fees, some are 0%. No research required. You can invest and forget. Perfect for long-term growth. Stocks, requires constant research. Takes time to monitor news and earnings. Emotionally stressful, higher trading fees if you buy and sell often. Most everyday investors simply don't have the time for stock analysis, and that's fine. So which one is better for the everyday investor? Here's the honest truth: ETFs are better for 90% of people. They're easier, safer, cheaper, and more predictable. They remove emotion and guesswork. They build wealth steadily over decades. Stocks, however, can make sense if you enjoy researching companies. You're comfortable with risk. You only allocate a small percentage of your portfolio. A popular strategy is the core and satellite approach. Core, 80 to 90% in ETFs, satellite, 10 to 20% in individual stocks you believe in. This gives you the best of both worlds. Summary. To recap, ETFs offer diversification, stability, and long-term performance. Stocks offer control, excitement, and higher potential, but higher risk. Most everyday investors build more wealth with ETFs. The key isn't choosing one or the other, it's choosing what aligns with your goals and temperament. If this video helped you understand the ETF versus stock debate, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Comment below, are you team ETF or team stocks? And why? Thanks for watching Make Money with Panda. Stay smart, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.